Hey folks, it's Lindsay Host with SPS back in the building over at Waverly High School for the Capital Area All-Star Game. Just had one of the coaches for the ladies. It was a great game, no doubt. His opposing coach, JJ Drones, this guy was happy to say, I got one, but that's okay. Got a young man who's been doing so much great work in the community for such a very long time. This is our first official sit-down. Coach Tim Wells Jr., it's a pleasure, man. How you doing?
Doing good.
Good, good. I would also say that you represent the ideal coach, man. He's always there. Probably can take you for granted. You're always around. And just an all-around good guy, man. So tell me how this was for you coaching this All-Star game.
It was good, man. You know, to give back to the community. Just teaching some of the girls some of the stuff I know. You know, some girls like, oh, I never learned this. You know?
Yeah.
I like this. Yeah. So some of the girls who play for top programs, you know, they DHO, learning the pin down screen.
Yeah.
You know, we had a little fun today.
Okay, you had some things to teach, you know. What does it feel like when you get that call to be All-Star coach? What does that feel like?
Finally, recognized, you know, overdue.
You know? Yeah.
You know? But it feels good to, you know, someone to see the hard work that I put in.
That's good. Yeah, we take that for granted. What's kept you in coaching? Because you've had enough time to say, I've done enough and I can walk away. What's kept you in it?
My kids.
Really?
My kids.
Yeah.
You know, my son punches over at Everett.
Yeah.
He said he want me to still be around.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice
okay.
young man. I enjoy him.
He's done. And then now my daughter, I told her I'm going to step away from girls' ball. She said, nope, I want to play ball for you in high school. So she's going to come play ball for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's great, though. You were ready to make the sacrifice to be available as a parent, to be quote-unquote present. They said, no, I want you right here.
Yeah.
I mean, she want that tick, too. She want that time, huh?
Yeah, let's come to work, man. I'm not giving
Okay, all right. You know, I was talking to one of the young ladies before whose dad coaches her. I told her a quick story about my daughter. She was maybe 3 or 4. We were at Aim High for a camp. And she was competing, coach, and the ball rolled over to me. So she's run over to me, and I'm conflicted. I'm like, I can't give her the ball. But she looked at me like, Daddy, give me the ball. So how is that, though you haven't coached her officially, but even with your son being around, how is that as being a coach, putting the dad hat on or the coach hat? How do you determine which and when it comes to giving them support, talking to them, even going to games?
Well, you know, when they're playing, I'm more just, I'm coach. You know what I mean? Even sometimes on the ride home, I don't really give them too much.
Yeah, because that could be a hostage situation sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They be a little frustrated. Same way I get my parents. You know, I give them 24-hour rule. You know, now the next day we can talk about it. What did we do wrong here? What did we see on film?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How can we grow? What can we do different?
Yeah.
You know?
Coach, I want to go down this rabbit hole a little bit. I'm going to put my sports psychology hat on. Your temperament as a coach is probably enough to where it takes longer for you to get recognition because you keep it low key. But talk about being able to be very calm, but still have a presence and not being one of those over-the-top type coaches. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes. So it's just being patient, taking it day by day, time by time. You know, they already have a lot on their plate. You know, they got their parents yelling at them, they're trying to make plays. Players is like, oh, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? You know what I mean? I like to tell my players, live in the moment, move on to the next play. We can't do nothing about what we just did in the past. You know what I mean? Let's go on to the next play, let's execute, and let's just get better. You know?
I can appreciate that. I think that's noteworthy, especially in today's time when we give, you know, coaches with colorful characters, you know, we give them a lot of grace and a lot of pass, and we consider that hard coaching because, you know, the way we came up, we got coached a certain way. But with all this time, it still hasn't made you change your style?
No. You know, I coach at Eastern High School, so a lot of the kids I get over there, they're just not playing basketball for the first time when they get to high school. You know, so I'm finally in a situation where I'm coaching a group of kids that I've coached for the last 2 to 3 years. So that's why this year, no seniors. I have 12 seniors right now in my summer league working out. So now these are the kids that I worked with since they were freshmen.
Oh, wow.
Some of the kids I've got out the lunchroom, and now they're leaders out here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, that makes you feel good. Well, what can you say for the next crop of kids that will be coming into school that you'll be coaching, and what can you say for the young men and women that are moving on from your coaching?
Don't take it for granted. Can't take it for granted, man. You know, we always say, "Oh, I can get the next one," or it's not promised. You know what I mean? At any given moment can be your last play, you know, your last snap, your last jump shot. You know, so.
Don't take it for granted. I'm glad we had this opportunity, long overdue, but that doesn't mean that the work you've been doing isn't worth recognizing. I appreciate everything you do for everybody, brother. Appreciate you. Coach Tim Wells Jr. representing. This is Lindsay House with SPS. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.